have a look at graphs. In this picture, they've given you a graph, a linear graph. So the linear graph meaning straight line. We need to determine the equation of the line. Now, first of all, an equation of a line is written in a specific format. It's written as y is equal to mx plus c. You have to remember that the m stands for the gradient, so how steep it is. And the c is where it cuts the y-axis. So to jump in, let's go look at the information that has been given to us. First of all, when you see the y-axis, this is this one over here. Just make it a bit smaller. The y-axis over here. Wherever something is cutting it, so when it cuts on this line, x will always be equal to 0. So if we go look at this equation over here, this point over here, this means that these coordinates over here will be x is 0 because it's where it cuts the y-axis, and then y is the number you see, which is 2. On the next one, if we look at the x, wherever it cuts the x, so it can be at any one of these points, wherever it cuts it, y will always be 0. So let's just write those coordinates in again. So over here, we'll have 0 and 2. And this side, x is -4 because it's cutting the x-axis, and y is 0 because it's on that line. It's on this dot here. So now we need to go determine the line. Now, first of all, what has been given to us? It's been given us what's the c. So in our equation, when we have y is equal to mx plus c, we already have y's coordinates. So we already have this one over here. So you can go and fill that in. Y is equal to mx, and it was positive 2. Now, if we move on, we need to determine what the gradient is. So we need to find the m. To do that, we have a specific formula that we follow. The formula to find the gradient is m is equal to the change in y, so y2 minus the change, minus y1 over the change in x's, so x2 minus x1. Now, it doesn't matter which one you take first, it's still going to give you the same answer. So let's rewrite our coordinates that's been given to us. First of all, we had 0 and 2, and then we had -4 and 0. And like I say, you can first write -4 and 0, and then 0 and 2, it doesn't matter. So if we go plug this information in, this is our first x, this is our second x, our first y, and our second y. So we are going to have 0 minus 2 over -4 minus 0. So that gives me -2 over a -4. And if we simplify that, we are going to have negative divided by negative, which is a positive, and that gives me a half. So if I go put that back into my original equation that I had at the top, yx equals to mx plus c, this one over here, I now have the value of m, because we just worked it out. So our final answer is going to be y is equal to a half x plus 2. And that is it.